Today's episode is different. Instead of me just talking, I asked people to send me questions about burnout, laziness, mental health, because I just feel like these three things always interject itself and flies around. Every tired person says they are burnt out. Every employer says that their staff is lazy. Every hardworking person says that they have like one mental health issue or whatnot. So today we just want to answer questions. My own opinion, don't eat me if you don't like my answers, oh, but we just want to talk and just talk. So I have a couple of questions that I will be answering, and I'll just be sharing it with you guys. So the first question is, Nena, be honest, isn't burnt out just a fancy word for laziness? Ah, hmm. No, I don't think so. I think burnouts are real and they're not just fancy words for laziness. Burnout for me is not something you can control or negotiate. Once you've reached your wit end, omo, that's it. You can't continue even if you try. But laziness is usually negotiable, right? You can decide to get up and continue, and you'll be able to get things done. The real issue these days is that lazy people carelessly throw the word burnout, even by doing absolutely nothing real. So that's where it becomes a fancy word, because for them, because they cannot accept their actual reality, which is that they are actually lazy people. So I don't think burnout is just a fancy English word. Then number two, the second question is, how do I know if I am genuinely burnt out or if I just don't feel like working? Hmm. How do you know if you're genuinely burnt out or if you don't just feel like working? So, as a Christian, have you ever tried studying your Bible at night while lying on your bed? And one serious sleep just begins to hammer you and you can't keep your eyes opened. Has that ever happened to you? Now, two things usually happens is either you drop your Bible or your phone and instantly sleep off, or you press your phone and start browsing through the internet. If you instantly sleep off, then you were indeed tired and sleepy. But if your eyes suddenly becomes opened, apart from the fact that something might be trying to make you not to read your Bible, tendencies are that it is laziness for you to study the word at that time. So I can relate that kind of example to burnout versus laziness. Like I said before, laziness usually negotiates while burnout doesn't. With burnout, even resting will make you feel like you are sick. While if you're just being lazy, you're and a procrastinator, you'll be chilling in your bed and every enjoying rest, even when you have work to do. Laziness feels like having time for other mundane things that you enjoy doing, right? Like for example, you are claiming that, oh, you want to leave the office by 5 p.m., that you are so tired, you're so burnt out, and then you get home and your friend calls you and says, ah babe, let's meet in Zaza by 10 p.m., and you have the energy to go for that party. Somebody that is burnt out will not even answer that call in the first place, because they know that if they answer that call, it will mess with them. So that is when you understand, and that's when you know if you're genuinely burnt out or if you don't feel like actually working. And that's what I will say about that. And then question three is, can someone actually love their job and still experience burnout? Have you met doctors, nurses, entrepreneurs, in fact, even mothers? Let's even take a break from the office space and come to the house. You will see a woman with three kids. She has a job. There is no assistant. There is she's just trying to make ends meet. She's trying to take care of her children because she loves her children. So she's working, she's doing this, she's trying to know their meals and all of that. And if she doesn't have like a supportive husband, or she doesn't have like domestic staffs to help her, she can easily get burnt out. And the funniest part of it is that she wouldn't even mind. She would just be, continue to do that until she actually, either faints or lands herself in the hospital. Doctors too, I mean, not those doctors that will come and say, oh, pay before service. Have you ever watched Grey's Anatomy? Have you seen the chaos, the dedication, the how people just move, go up, go down? The doctors, the way they behave, you know that the responsibility that they have, the thought of the responsibility on its own can burn them out easily, right? Then when you talk about entrepreneurs, me, I love what I do. I love, love, love what I do. But the responsibility, trying to make sure that your staffs are okay, trying to make sure that the business gets into another high, greater height, so that you take care of people, you make their life better. Those kind of things, if you don't handle it properly, it can burn you out. So I genuinely think that people who love their job or what they do sometimes even get burnt out faster, in my opinion, than people who don't even love their job. And then the fourth questions that I have here is, some managers say burnout is just an excuse employees use nowadays. Do you agree? Now, I won't lie. The way some employees use therapy, mental health, and burnout as an excuse to avoid work is actually concerning, I beg, especially in this Lagos state, because we don't have, a very good structure where you come and put and, impute whatever it is that is wrong with you. That's why we just use it carelessly, right? However, the way we behave in Nigeria, especially in Lagos, is definitely not a normal way any normal human being should behave. I feel like everyone in Lagos State needs therapy to function better. As in, have you seen our lifestyle? The lifestyle of waking up by 5 a.m. to go to work, and then coming back by 10 p.m. amidst the whole chaos, people driving anyhow. A lot of us in Lagos, we are not living with the right sanity. And we only need to know when we get to like a more developed and sane country for you to diagnose and say, this life we're living in Lagos is not the way we are supposed to be living. So I totally agree, also agree that most employees in Nigeria, especially the ones in Lagos, genuinely need help. And though it might be laziness, let's just pack all of us. Let us all just go for therapy, if we are being very honest. So that's how I would answer that. Then the fifth question is, can lazy people pretend to have burnout? Can lazy people pretend to have burnout? Hey, is that even a question? How many of you here like this that you have applied for 1 day sick leave without going to the hospital? I'm sure that's why organizations don't have rest leave, because people will abuse it. Nigerians that even when you ask them, how are you? Their default answer is, I'm stressed out, I'm not okay. Because once you answer you are fine, maybe that person that is asking you, how are you, will not tell you their own problem. Or maybe you're talking to your helper, your helper will not think you are fine. So it's always a competition of who suffer pass. Talk more of lazy people. Even hardworking people pretend to have burnout, fake sickness, fake stress. You can't go to work, oh, but you can attend wedding party on a weekday. Lazy people can genuinely get tired, don't get me wrong. After all, they're always tired anyways. But they can feel some sort of exhaustion from even thinking of work ahead of them. But will I consider that a burnout? Well, not really. We would stop here. Part two is coming up, and if you like to watch part two and you think you enjoyed these 5 questions that I answered, just share and subscribe, because part two is coming up very, very soon. This episode is proudly supported by Life Friends app, your number one intergenerational app. Please go to Play Store and iOS to download Life Friends today. For collaborations and sponsorships and business partnership on Office Talks with Nnenna Madu, kindly send us an email to nnennamadubom@gmail.com. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment on our YouTube page on Nnenna Madu's TV. See ya. Bye.